never been in a restaurant before that delivers your food by pneumatic tube? This is a first. This is C1 Espresso here in High Street, Christchurch, New Zealand. The theme of today's vlog is squandering opportunity. Today I was in town and they're having a big shop opening. They have had a big shop opening in a shop called H&M here. And I got given a scratchy voucher, and but the scratchy voucher was not for H&M, it was for Hallenstein's over the road. And so I figured, well, I must not squander the opportunity. I have the opportunity to buy clothing at a discount because it was essentially a discount voucher. I must not squander the opportunity. Our food arrived. Coco, A. I wonder if there's a B.
There's a name. My.
Look at that. Oh. I guess you eat it out of the tube.
Yeah.
I guess B is still coming. So that's what your food looks like. You open up the pneumatic tube, your fries are here, and your sliders are here. How does it taste? Pneumatic food. How does a pneumatic food taste? Average. C1 Espresso, home of pneumatic food in Christchurch. Welcome to the next day. Oh, and by the way, this is Hagley Park, and we are here at the beginning of springtime. So kind of the reason we're here is to not squander the opportunity of seeing the all of the flowering cherry trees here in full blossom. So right now we have the opportunity to see some of these trees exploding into blossom. And you only get an opportunity to see this maybe a couple of weeks out of the year, and it's always the beginning of springtime. You're not going to have the opportunity to see this later on, because come summertime, all of the flowers become leaves. Never squander an opportunity in life if you have it. So we're a little bit early for some trees, but not for others. And certainly not for those flowers over there either. Okay, I'm going to do something that I don't usually do and I really don't like doing, but I'm going to do it because I believe it to be true, and, well, I'm trying to do it for educational purposes. It's important not to squander your opportunities, and if you are doing YouTube or VIDME or online video and you get an opportunity, don't throw it away. Now, one of my favourite creators on VIDME, Calibri Funtimes, recently got an opportunity. She got featured. I'm jealous. I haven't been featured yet. Hopefully one day. But she got featured. And all you have to do to not squander that opportunity is keep uploading. Just keep uploading. But when I started on VIDME, there were a couple of people that were already becoming established. One was Dan and Prills, also known as Dan Crivelli. Another one was Daniel Armin. Dan Crivelli basically stopped making videos, disappeared, did something else. And Daniel Armin stopped making videos, disappeared, did something else. Now, this, you could say, well, this is fine, there's nothing wrong with this, this is real life taking over. But there's another side to this coin, there's another aspect to it. You see, a wise man once said that in order to become the best at something, to become an expert, to become really good at something, you have to become obsessed. This is actually how Olympic athletes operate. You've actually got to put in say 10,000 hours to reach the Olympic standard of goodness, of greatness, to be expert enough to do that. If you want to be the best, you've got to put in the time. Now, just to give you an idea what 10,000 hours is, if you worked 9 hours a day, 7 days a week, non-stop for 3 years, that equates to 10,000 hours. Now, that's not to say that you need to spend that amount of time on YouTube or VIDME to be good at doing this, but there has to be some kind of measuring stick. There has to be, you know, a certain level of dedication and hard work that is required for, you know, you to be successful at this. And I mean, how do you define success? Well, obviously success is having big numbers, right? However you define those big numbers, success is having big numbers. And these people, these Olympic athletes, these people who become really, really good at something, they find a way to make their craft, their hobby, their thing fit into their lives. Now, I'm a busy person. I work full-time, and I still want to make videos, so I find a way to make it work. I mean, that's why you're only going to see, you know, 1 or 2 videos per week from me on average, but I'm consistent. I will always keep coming back. I'm in this for the long haul. I've actually been making videos, online videos, since 2009. That's how long I've been doing this. I can't speak for those 2 people that I mentioned earlier, but I don't believe that they've been doing it anywhere near as long as that. But, you know, it takes hard work, it takes dedication, it takes a certain amount of luck, and it also takes doors opening for you. If you've ever watched some of Casey Neistat's long speeches online, he actually attributes a lot of his success to the, you know, the companies that opened doors for him. You know, he did commercials for Nike and stuff after they saw his bike lanes video. Doors do have to open for you, but the doors won't open for you unless you work hard.
I remember the mayor of New York City at the time, Michael Bloomberg, being asked in a press conference about that video. And I was like, yeah. But the biggest thing that came from that was I got a phone call from an editor at the New York Times. And he was like, we're doing this thing at the New York Times, videos, and they're opinion focused, and we loved your Bike Lanes movie. And I was like, you got the wrong, this is the guy who made the movie where I crashed my bike into a cop car. You sure you want to talk to me? And he was like, yes, we love that. Would you make movies like that for us? So the reason why I put so much emphasis on this story as the prime example of my career, how do you get from here to how do you get from there, is I remember being on the phone with Lindsay, who was like the junior editor at the Times, who would help me. If you asked me how you could get a gig at the New York Times, I would probably respond to you by saying, go to Harvard. But I didn't have that opportunity. So by hustling, by doing the only thing I knew how to do, doors opened for me that I couldn't have otherwise imagined. So with that, following that trajectory, like that kind of video got a lot of attention, a lot of eyeballs, and people were looking at me. And then I started making movies for the New York Times, and those would get a lot of attention by smart people who didn't waste their time on YouTube. Yeah. But would actually see videos on the New York Times, and sort of elevated who I was, what I represented, and what I could do. And along with that came some real opportunities in the advertising space.
We're having to abandon the vlog. Suddenly, in like 10 minutes, look what happened to the weather. Man, it's freezing cold. It's rain. But we came here. So never squander an opportunity. Man. Anyway, if anything I said made sense, leave a like, leave a comment, and have a fun time today. Other people are about to leave.
They're abandoning their trip to the park because of the thunderstorm. The hurricane has arrived. Everybody's leaving. Get out of here! Escape!